deep into the eyes, read them like a book. Trapped inside a prison, gotta free them like a crook. Make off with the loot, made off for the joke. Treated like these cowards never needed what we took, and we repeat it like a hook. Caught in the deep, come back like Weezy, card 3.
All right, let's go. Welcome to the show. It's Smoke the Competition. I'm your host, Eric Sojash. Give us a like, give us a follow. It's greatly appreciated. Please subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter at Sojash Sports. Today, we're going to break down the Thursday game. Going to dive into your fantasy lineups as well as who I'm picking and what the spread's going to be. So yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We're going to break it all down, have some fun, and look forward to the Thursday night matchup. The first thing I want to do is break down those fantasy lineups. Let's have a look at who you should be starting. All right, diving into the Detroit Lions. First player I want to discuss is their quarterback, Jared Goff. I see him this week as a safe start, not a must start, not a good start, but more of a safe start. He is on the road going against a pretty good Packers defense. Now, their weakness seems to be on the ground, where I do think the Detroit Lions will try to expose them. And that for that reason, I don't see Goff having a high ceiling, but he does have that safe floor. He's a very good quarterback, veteran. He understands how to work the intermediate routes, how to work the medium, short routes with his superstar wide receiver. So if you do need a quarterback this week, you don't have any of the top tier guys, you can go with Goff. He is a safe start. Next player you want to discuss is the rookie running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. I see him as a good start this week. I did notice some analysts are seeing him as a must start. I'm not quite there yet. He is going to get his running mate back with David Montgomery set to return from injury. We did think that he was going to smash when David was out. Pause. We're talking about smashing in fantasy football. But in terms of this week, I do see him as a good start. He's going to get that upside. I'm hoping he does get his touchdown. I think Detroit's going to look to get him in the end zone, get him that first touchdown on his rookie campaign. Jahmyr does run with another gear, so if we can just get him in some space, we will get to see some electric plays. But once again, I see him as a good start. His running mate is back, which is going to cap his fantasy production. And that running mate we were speaking about is David Montgomery. I see him this week as a good start coming back from his injury. Now, Montgomery is going to be splitting that backfield with Gibbs. This week, I see it much more of a 50-50 split. He was dominating touches prior to his injury there, but we did see how Gibbs was able to handle the workload. I do see them splitting those reps more of a 50-50, which is going to cap Montgomery's ceiling, but he is a good, safe play. He has fallen in the end zone a couple times, and he might do that again. Going against that Green Bay Packers defense, they are a little bit more susceptible to the run game, so you can play David Montgomery as a flex play with upside. All right, looking at the wide receiver core, none other than Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's an absolute must start. It's a no-brainer. You get him in your lineups. You don't think twice about it. Right now, he's sitting at wide receiver 11 in half PPR formats. The guy is a superstar, ladies and gentlemen. His rapport with Jared Goff is seamless. They know how to work the middle of the field. They know how to work the quick game. You just plug and play this player. Don't think twice about it. Amon-Ra St. Brown, must start. Sit back and enjoy his show. All right, the last player I want to talk about for the Detroit Lions is Sam Laporta. That's right. Laporta reported to duties, and he's reported on fire. I'm going to take a little victory lap with this one, ladies and gentlemen. I got Laporta in countless leagues. I was high on Sam this pre-draft. I had a feeling he was going to hit. There was an opportunity with TJ gone. There's the production that Jared has shown with a tight end in the past. I just thought it was all a perfect alignment for him to be a tight end that you could stream or use in fantasy football. I took my shot, and ladies and gentlemen, it's hit exceptionally well. He's sitting right now as the tight end number 2 in half PPR format. I can see him just continuing to produce. He's got a great rapport with Jared Goff, and that's not going to change. Get Sam Laporta in your lineups. He's an absolute must start. All right, moving over to the Green Bay Packers, we're going to talk about their quarterback, the man leading the offense. That's Jordan Love. He's an absolute must start, ladies and gentlemen. This kid has been phenomenal so far, especially in fantasy football. He's sitting as the quarterback number 4 on the season. Who saw that coming? I know I didn't. I had him as a QB sleeper, but I didn't think he could jump into the top 10 like this. That's only going to continue. This is not just some sort of fluke. I'm definitely on board for the Jordan Love ride. And speaking about one of those running backs that he's getting back this week, it's Aaron Jones, their number 1 RB. Wow, did they need him, and I'm sure it's a breath of fresh air that he's coming back. He's definitely a top running back in this league. I see him as a must start. You get him in your lineups. Aaron Jones is great at just running the ball. He's great as a receiving back, and Green Bay definitely needs him. They've been struggling running the game since his injury. Getting him back this week, full go, I can see him definitely producing as a top 12 running back. You get him in your lineups, he's a must start. And on the flip side, unfortunately for A.J. Dillon, I see him as a risky start, and that's just to be nice. I see him honestly as just a must drop or a must bench. I wouldn't play him. Aaron Jones is back. He's going to get the lion's share of carries. He does the most with his carries. AJ wasn't able to produce even when he had a wide open opportunity. No Christian Watson, no Aaron Jones, and he still was running in mud. I'm putting AJ on the bench. He is a risky play. Okay, let's dive into the wide receiver core for the Green Bay Packers. This extremely talented but extremely young core is led by number 9, wide receiver Christian Watson. He's set to make his debut tonight. I see him as a must start. Get him in your lineups. This kid is must-see TV. Everybody saw what he did last year. Now, I don't think that was a fluke or something to do with just the rapport with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to have the same type of chemistry with Jordan Love. They're in the same age range. They got the same vibes. I can see them building chemistry on and off the field. That's his WR1. Get him in your lineups. Christian Watson is a must start. All right, looking at another Green Bay wide receiver, we're going to discuss Romeo Doubs. He's been pretty darn good so far this season. 3 touchdowns already, all in the red zone. He's got that back shoulder fade down pat. Him and Jordan Love seem to have a pretty good chemistry together. But this week, with all those weapons coming back, I see him more as a safe start. He's not a must start, not a good start, more of a safe play. Let's have a look and see how the offense plays out with their full complement of weapons and see how Jordan Love distributes the ball before we can go ahead and say that Romeo here is a good start. But yeah, he's a safe start. If you don't have any other options and you have to lean with Romeo, I don't fault you for it. Now looking at the third member of the group in the wide receiver room, we're looking at Jaden Reed, the rookie that's been pretty darn good too. He's caught a couple touchdowns in a couple games, to be exact. I think he's had 2 in 2 different games. He's pretty electric with the ball in his hand. This week, unfortunately, I see him as a risky start. Like I mentioned with Romeo, we don't know how the ball is going to be distributed. We got Watson coming back. We got Aaron Jones coming back. There's just so many mouths to feed. I haven't even discussed the tight end position yet. I see Jaden as a risky play. Now, he's someone that it's not because of the talent. It's more because of the opportunity. I'm just going to put him on the bench, see how things shape up, and go from there. All right, and looking at the last player here we want to discuss in the Green Bay Packers offense, it's tight end Luke Musgrave. Coming into this game, Luke's had some great opportunities, and he just kind of fell short of the end zone. He definitely could have a bigger stat line on the season had Jordan Love been able to hit him on a few of those routes. I think it's only a matter of time. I see Luke as a good start. Pick him up if he's still off waivers. If you have him on your rosters, get him in your lineups. He's a good start this week. His rapport with Jordan Love is only going to grow. I definitely like the way they're using him. The targets that he's been getting have been very, very deep. He's going to be getting some big plays, so get him in your lineups if you can. Luke Musgrave is a good start. So who gets the win and by how much? And I was going back and forth with this one. It's going to shape up to be a pretty good game. It really is a coin flip, but I'm going with the Packers and taking them at +2. Just can't give up those points. They're at home. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. Now, I know everybody keeps saying Detroit is going to be the new kings of the North, etc., but the Packers are still the kings there, and you have to dethrone them. And Jordan Love looks like he's ready to hold the throne down. So I'm going with Green Bay, +2 at home. Let's go Packers. Let's win some money. That's it for today's episode. Thank you for joining us. Give us a follow. Once again, subscribe to the channel. I'm Eric Sojash. Peace, love. Let's continue to smoke the competition.
Deep into the eyes, read them like a book. Trapped inside a prison, gotta free them like a crook. Make off with the loot, made off for the joke. Treated like these cowards never needed what we took, and we repeat it like a hook. Caught in the deep, come back like Wheezy the card.